Hey, this is Photography Banzai here today by a small pond. I'm going to try out the whole circular polarizer thing again. This is definitely good conditions for it. It's very bright, very warm. I have the D600 with the Yongnuo 100mm f2 lens. This lens is especially not good with those type of situations, so we're going to try it all out with the pond and see what we get. Let's get started. So the camera back here all set up. Just has a UV filter on it at the moment. Gonna leave it like that, take a photo, switch off to the circular polarizer. So it's a pretty subtle effect right at this specific direction, and for whatever reason it's getting a little darker at the moment. So we're gonna try a few different angles, a few different situations to get the most extreme effect. So here's the second test. In this case, I'm taking a picture of this rock over here. And of course, it's going to take a photo with and without the polarizer so we can see the difference. So in this case, it's a pretty dramatic difference. You can actually see some of the rock below the water when you shift that polarizer enough. So let's probably do a few more nice reflections a little bit to the side, which we'll see if we can minimize those. Alright, the last test in this area, I'm going to get some of these reflections coming off the water from this angle. You can see really small, bright spots. So let's see if this polarizer can deal with those. I'm going to leave the polarizer on this time and just shift it. You will see a difference. Pretty dramatic difference in this case. As I'm trying to get some footage of the viewfinder with the adjustment of the polarizer, there are different ways to do it. I've found with a simple cell phone, most of the time it works pretty decently well. I can add some shake reduction if I need to in post, but this is an LG Stylo 3, so it's a super cheap phone. And I used an app called Cinema FV5, and that allows me to adjust exposure compensation with this phone in video. And that helps a lot with viewfinders because usually the cameras in these don't understand what's happening, and I can lower the exposure enough to make it work well. So pop up the thing, it's -2 exposure compensation. So one more test. I don't know if this will work too well, but there are some nice little flowers over here. I'll try to get some of the water as well. Same thing, same situation, just trying to minimize reflections or hopefully get a little bit more contrast in everything. All right, in this situation, it's a little less noticeable, more subtle, but it is still there. I see some shift in the blues, which can be very nice in post-processing if you want more color in your photos. So pretty much any situation, these circular polarizers can help quite a bit, even if it's just a little subtle difference. It's something you don't have to do in post, something you can improve on in post, but I do think circular polarizers are the best filter to bring along if you're going to bring anything. Neutral density filters are good as well for many situations. I'm actually using one on this camera for video, but I do really prefer to bring along the polarizer if I can only bring one filter. So hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a lot. Likes and shares help out a lot as well. Thanks again. So I got a nice little pouch here for my filters. This is a UNDFIND. Picked this one up actually at Adorama. They were giving it away years and years ago. It's a nice little Neoprene filter holder. Inside we've got the circular polarizer, Amazon Basics. So very low cost.